Welcome back, everybody. We had just had a wonderful four-map series, and the victor are now going against the number one seed, SCAD Overwatch, coming at you. This is going to be a very interesting match here, as we have the fourth seed versus the first seed. It's not too much of a disparity, but if we get this upset, that's going to be massive for our team here. But at the same time, it's SCAD. You know, they have been on a tear in the past 7 weeks in the regular season.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Anytime I have had a chance to cast them, they have looked absolutely nuclear. And in this semi-final matchup, well, it's hard to assume that they'll do anything but that, right? A hugely powerful roster, and looking to stamp that with a win here today. Grand finals, of course, tomorrow as well. That's where they're trying to book their berth to Nepal, of course, where everything is going to be starting tonight. And a map that we know for a fact that they, as well, are going to be plenty comfortable on. See exactly what they want to end up running here, as I do believe they like to get a little bit funky with it, right, in terms of the comps. But what we have been seeing in recent play, Malga or like Anna Lucio Winston, both very possible.
Absolutely. Especially on Nepal. We saw a lot of just like the Ram and the Malga last match here, and we saw a big plethora of backline competitions be played at the same time. DPS were kind of limited to the Sojourn, the Genji, for a bit on Nepal, just because they're good. They're just so solid right now, in general. But SCAD coming in really strong. TAMUT coming in warmed up for the first part. So warmed up actually we got to pause and have them cool down for a second. Might just be another instance of a technical issue. I know earlier one of the teams had I forgot to put the comp settings. Manny, buddy, you might be really good clicking heads, but I need you to click these settings for us.
Happens. It happens. It happens. I've been there before. I mean, unlucky, right? There's nothing else you can say about it. All you can do is wait for it to come through. It's as simple as that. I mean,
That's okay.
I can't lie. I'm slightly biased in this game. Having shared pints with Sebastian, and not having shared pints with the other side. If you do want me to cast curse back the other way, by the way, all you gotta do is pay for one small plane ticket and a pint.
a small one, just
A small one.
nothing crazy,
I mean, if you don't really need a large one, you ever think about like the lottery? They give you like a huge check, and it's like body sized. Why don't they just give like a normal size check?
Yeah, just a little one, like nothing crazy, something humble.
Yeah.
Speaking of, there's as they get ready, like there's people who are getting money to go to a Japan Smash tournament right now, cause only 4,000 euro, 4,000 yen to apply. So it's like, okay, you pay like for the plane or someone sponsors you, and then you just go like for $40. It's great.
Yeah.
So just throw specs some money, Any currency is okay. I promise we can convert it. Trust me. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm sure we can sort something out. Anyhow, SCAD starting off with a Mercy Anna composition here. Pharmacy invested into Sebastian. Super heavy poke. Eagles need to basically just walk down right side and take angles. Seb's still in spawn, bro. Come on, you're better than this.
Seb's cooking something very important right now that I don't know, but we can still go with the 4v5 without our Pharah. Just go how good this SCAD squad is. He's back. Beautiful. Seb super low already, has to back up and get revived really early onward. Butterfish, same kind of song and dance. We are seeing a different backline here. We see the Mercy and the Ana versus the Juno Brig. A little bit unconventional for a SCAD, but if they believe in it, they can work with it. All to them, especially as they already have the point in their favor. My Diva saying they're still, taking all of that damage with the defense matrix, making sure they're distracted to not see Penguin trying to find something very sneaky in that backline, but they might find the Juno who has a backup already to the corner. Big Anthony also comes in from Carve, and the res did get expended really early on, and with Seb back in the fight, I mean, that's going to be an easy cleanup of both DPS on the two Eagles.
Yeah, it takes them a while to get started, but once they do, then it never really stops. Butterfish down already, Terry with an exit frag. Seb sees how much forward space he can take, and it's more than a little bit by those things. They are disrespecting their opposition, standing this far forward, but the Mercy healing is enough to keep this virus still active. The bomb in their spawn is brutal.
Well, and we get the remake without dying. 75 HP, by the way, and we're just pushing this advantage over and over and over again. Briggs not even bothering to go with the Malga, goes straight for the, that Orisa. might be seeing a swap here, but the Pulse Bomb does get expended by Penguin. But at the end of the day, you're so up as the at the SCAD Vs.
Yeah, absolutely. 60% already in their favor. Seb is literally hard peeking your spawn. Eagles, I mean, they've got to change something and fast because at this rate, a touch seems unlikely.
Oh, big barrage. Actually doesn't find Manny until the very last second. There it is. Again, both Manny and Redfish down, both DPS now also down. We go over to the Zar pick, the Zar swap. I think what was kind of impactful was the fact that the entire team killed around the Zarya. They didn't even look at breaks until the very end.
I feel like here you need to go something like Diva Cast Mercy. Just like hard invest into Manny and hope he can trade back because Seb is just so free. He's doing actually whatever he wants. It's kind of brutal. They don't touch.
They're not going to touch, absolutely not, but it's going to be a wake-up call, for sure. You know, they won 3-1 in the previous series, and now they're going against the best of the best, and there's things that definitely have to change here for the Eagles.
Yes. We need to actually send people to look at this Farah, because Manny spends a couple shots into, like, check. That's not enough, realistically. Seb has to be afraid for his life, and right now he simply isn't. That issue is really coming back to bite them in just how much damage and how many eliminations this Farah is able to find. And something that if I am the Eagles, I will be looking to rectify as quickly as possible. I mean, see if that's something that actually can come through. They swap over to the Winston, and I gotta say, even with a double hit scan, I think into the Divas is a huge mistake. Diva has a good 1v1 into literally every single one of the Eagles. If Terry can get involved, it doesn't matter what Seb and Penguino are even doing. It can just be a Terry 1v5.
Yeah. We have basically go back to the Winston. I don't know why I forgot his name for some Monkey instead. But the Winston coming in against the Diva. On paper, usually Winston does not like to fight the Diva, especially head to head. Especially with two hit scans at the same time with Manny and 2B. But this is control the Farah, and Farah has in fact been controlled. But you control one thing and you lose sight of the rest of the fight here. Penguino is going to be so important in this fight that people are not looking at him. And at the same time, we're looking at Kate, who is again getting these reses off so effortlessly.
Not really exactly perfect clean for SCAD, but at the end of the day, you know, like I mentioned, it's more than just a one-player team. Seb does overpeak for no reason again. That one might be a little bit more punishable, but for now, Terry has been able to escape. Still 4v5 though.
So 4v5, we still are able to find the Farah really early, and that res is not online. It's been too long. I'm sorry, too short of a time, excuse me, between each of Seb's deaths. Now we can actually see TAMUT Eagles start to go in. I mean, I think 2B kind of having a little bit of like, where's the tracer? I think one of the biggest factors in the next engagement, especially now back here, making sure to avoid the double hit scan of Manny and 2B. Here comes a big Diva Bomb. Gets two for their efforts and a good cleanup from Penguino. Penguino makes sure that the SCAD Vs still keep this objective in their favor, if ever longer.
And we're back to picking that blown, of course. This is how Seb died the last time, so we'll see if it is something he can play cover a little bit more effectively, so doesn't give over an opening fatality that maybe the Eagles have a chance to punish on. Still no point percentage has been able to go through towards the Eagles. See if they can change that here.
Surely, right? I mean, they're going to be fighting against the Barrage, the double support ultimate, the Valkyrie, which gets procced right now, and the Nano. Lots of options, but 2B can be first one to go down. The Barrage on top of Manny means that we're going to be going immediately back to the spawn room, right 6 feet behind us, and leaving again, racing for last is just it's a plot. It's a plot right now.
17% left to go. A touch right now is what you really have to be thinking about for the Eagles. Yes, you have 5 ultimates. How are you going to use them?
I mean, we're going straight to a point. The Nathan does come through and kind of explodes. Is what I would say. It explodes with the Primal instead. Focus shifts over to the Kiriko. Maida just has to use this Kirishini Rush. Tries to wrap on the corner, you know, breaks some ankles. Ankles were not broken today. Instead, it can be the Primal already going down, leaving Gregson back in regular form. The Bob might be able to touch. Aw, Bob a little bit too slow. And that's a 2-0 on Nepal going in favor of SCAD. TAMUT again. Gotta wake up.
It's as simple as that. Unfortunately, SCAD just come in. They're playing better. There's no two ways about it. They're making less mistakes. It's not that their comp is inherently stronger, but it's worked out much more in their favor, as we can indeed see here. I mean, I've mentioned multiple times just how Seb was absolutely free up there. And unfortunately, that never really changed. First point in favor of SCAD. 2 more left to go before they make it towards the grand finals of the Sun Conference. And I gotta say, if you are TAMUT, what can you really even change to make things better? Because right now, it kind of does feel like a little bit of mechanical differential, right? The other team are just shooting better, playing cover better. Because there's not like big macro plays being made. Nobody's hard clearing a flank. Nobody is going for set plays. They're kind of just running it down and winning off the back of it.
Yeah, I think they're doing a really good job of just overwhelming the Eagles here, especially because you have the Diva in your front line, and you have a Pharah in the air with a Mercy on her. You have everything kind of going for you to overwhelm your opposition. So as we move over to Midtown, a more normal map than Paraiso, we should be seeing a little bit of swaps here. I would love to see the Mago come back. I would love to see a little bit of that just like hive mind brawl come back for the Eagles here. At the very least, they can stay together, and that out angling shouldn't be too much because you can at least focus down anyone who's a little bit too split from the Bees. And for the Bees, keep doing what you're doing. Clearly it's working. Clearly it's gonna work on Midtown at the same time. So it's all up to, hoping and praying for this next engagement.
Wait and see how that works out, as normally hoping and praying don't have much effects on your Overwatch results, but hey, maybe a map pick will. Midtown, being your longer sight lines, a little bit more comfortable for the Orisa if you want to play that. Will it be enough? We'll have to wait and see. And we'll have to wait and see as well if SCAD wants to actually change things up as well, because even though they're winning, and especially when you are winning this much, you do like to, change your comp around a little bit to keep the game entertaining. I mean, the Seb Pharah, though, also was so effective that they could also adopt a if it ain't broke, don't fix it mindset, and that would be probably still a problem for the Eagles.
1,000%. Now, as we start seeing the timer check down, I can finally see what we're going to be working with today. And this is what I want to see. I am seeing same thing with the SCAD Bees. They're going to be playing with that Diva, a little bit slightly different supports and backline. Supports and DPS. But otherwise, sticking with the Diva. Big fan. TAMUT Eagles is ready for that. They're like, we're going for the Zarya. And I was actually going to say, I actually like the Zarya. I wanted to work. I think the momentum was already lost on round 1 of Nepal, and I feel like round 2, had we stuck with the Zarya, would have been maybe a little bit of a different case. Just puts a little bit more pressure onto Terry, puts more pressure on the supporters by default, to keep the DPS, to keep the tank alive, and that's my thoughts. As much as what? No, go back to the Diva, please. It's really funny.
I mean, the Doom is pretty good. The Doom is also pretty good, though. We'll see what Terry can do. Now he's on the Pugilist. And Kate Comey on the Brig here. Brig's a bit questionable. I feel like it doesn't achieve much, but we'll have to wait and see. As Terry's first cycle on the Doom doesn't find too much.
Oh my god, how did Manny know? Manny just felt the presence of Sebastian, who's now all the way in the open. Forces that Terry actually walk forward with their Reaper to make sure that they're not gonna get, shut down early on. Sebastian, that is. Manny's super low, has to again retreat here before this engagement happens. Here comes the Doomfist from Terry. Sebastian not gonna be able to find anything with their set. Doomfist, Manny again popping off with that soldier. I'm glad to see them back on that character for Midtown here. Now, can we get a little bit of a headshot? We do! Oh, Bees backing up around the fire truck and the high ground of the subway system. Manny out of the range of Terry's Doomfist. And again, it's a slow-paced game, slow-paced angles. But Terry's so low, but doesn't get killed by Manny, not once, but twice. Manny has to succeed to that and back up.
I mean, Terry is able to keep on fighting, and then Power Punch could spell the end of the backline of Eagles, but instead will be the tanker. Garnering what could be his first death of the map. Bees got to give up space. They could be conceding the point unless somebody has a hero moment for us, and even though Seb gets his one, I'm just not sure that's enough.
Oh, just needs one little bit of kill on this Kiriko. We get onto Karm. We trade off Midas and Karm here. But I don't think they're going to be able to, at least the Bees are going to be able to touch, at least without, well, they're going to do it with Terry. I forgot. Doomfist, very strong. He's going to get that powered up punch from that Reaper. Not even a tick on the objective here, Spec, but I think they're going to actually lose this. No rate to be seen from Tubi either. The Bob is here from the backside of the fire truck. No, not even a tick.
If you showed me that fight somewhere they wouldn't get out, even like a tick there, I'd tell you to get out. That's ridiculous from SCAD. That is the closest they could possibly come to losing and not actually give up any progress whatsoever. And all they spend for it is the Bob you'll take there every damn day of the week. Okay, hopefully they get a little bit less goofy this time. They're able to make this hold a little bit clean. We know how well they can play, and Seb demonstrates it.
Damage strike, we go into Midas, we go into the backline. We're disrupting the entire momentum of the Eagles, but thankfully they didn't use anything in return. So at least we have 5 ultimates in the back pocket for the Eagles. Sebastian, oh, we're thinking of something nefarious up there.
Always very standard strat. Leave your Reaper up in the higher ground. Wait till people walk past. Drop it. Oh, that.
Oh no. Just from the spawn room and slides to safety. And Terry slides themselves to safety as well. Oh my goodness. Almost less than a minute left on the clock here.
It burn time so effectively. And while they did spend a couple of ults there, and while TAMUT do have ult 5, who are you actually walking with your ults? They're just so kiteable.
Oh, he walked in with Kitsune Rush. Oh.
0 damage Kitsu. Everyone just kites.
Everyone kites it. It was a little bit too short. I feel like in that corner I was a little bit more around the fire truck, but it's a-okay. But we're at point. We're at point with a accompanying orbital ray from Butterfish. Rally comes in from Kate Comey. No Midas. Might be seeing the brig come down after the fact. Oh my goodness. The annihilation is not going to even be enough. There wasn't a full ult dump in this fight, I feel like, is what made this not work as well. Remetro's still alive here, but the stagger is going to be massive onto Braxian. All we have left is Meteor Strike and the Death Blossom.
25 seconds left to go. A touch at this point is possible. The Reaper back up makes it even harder. And if you're SCAD, you're just going to keep on walking forward. You're going to keep on gaining these frags.
And they know they only have 10 seconds to touch, and no one is going to be able to be still. Not going to be able to find any sort of opportunity to use this Death Blossom. No one is going to be able to touch, but they have. But respect, we have a tick. We got our tick. We got our tick.
Some progress. They have 5% on the dot on the objective. I mean, technically, it's winnable.
It's winnable. It's holdable.
Yeah.
You know, it's holdable, it's winnable. But if the bees are playing the way they're playing, especially when they're always going first, which I think is also very important. They're always going first. Boom, boom, boom. You know, even when the Eagles had 5 ultimates and SCAD had like what, 2, they were still winning. So it's just like the Eagles have to be faster somehow, some way.
I mean, yeah. I don't think going first is everything. If you're not going first, though, you also need to know how to respond, and it seems like that's not really the case for the Eagles either. The kites aren't clean. They're not playing anything with defensive ultimates to kind of smooth it over, right? It's just how it ends up going. Okay, so where are you at now? Well, the Eagles obviously have to defend. With the Ram Reaper, they're in a pretty good spot. Their backline is going to be pretty hard to punish because of how this map ends up working out. SCAD end up playing Queen comp. Whilst you have a lot of ways of getting a mechanical pick, your Soj Rail, Kiri Kunai, Queen Knife, you also have some very strong ults. So this is a good comp to play. You win either off the ults or off of the mechanics. The Bull is kind of worse, but it's funnier, so I don't really mind it as well. You can just force cart indefinite.
Yeah, I think that they're just working to have Terry disrupt that back line of the Eagles with Butterfish and Midas, and then just have, you know, Penguino and Sebastian clean up whoever gets popped into the air, which might be Butterfish first, who goes right up, and there it is. The follow-up comes through seamlessly from the SCAD bees. We pull out Manny's slide, and just like that, in a blink of an eye, we're down 3 heroes for our Eagles. Just Braxian holding up the dream. And in about 10 seconds, it's a full cap onto Midtown. 2-0 in favor of the SCAD B so far, and TAMUT Eagles looking a little bit worse for wear, but at the very least, they do have, again, the next map and mode pick in their court.
That they do, but they had it here as well. And look how that worked out for them. See how the map and mode works out as they got to think about maybe getting a reverse sweep going. See this Terry punch, walks through, punches 2, shoots a 3rd, and it's just too easy for them. Doing literally what they want. They're touching the spawn doors. I mean, it's hard to think of positives, unfortunately, against SCAD. They're just too pristine right now.
Absolutely. And that's what we've seen in the past 7 weeks of the regular season. We've seen how clean the bees are. We've seen how well they can play on different types of compositions. We've seen their brawl, we've seen their dive, we've seen their goofy, we've seen their best. You know, we've seen everything from these guys, and we're not really surprised from the SCAD Bees to see how well they're going through here. But as well as they are, we still gotta go to a very quick break. TAMUT Eagles has a little bit of time to think about where they want to go, what they want to do, what's the response to this ever flexible team here. We'll be right back after this quick 5-minute break. Hello, everybody. After our very quick little break and a reminder of a 2-up lead for SCAD B esports, looking very, very, kind of chill to take this next game wherever we land, which is going to be Coliseo again. Going to be push. And again, SCAD is looking so strong. They are first seed for a reason. They are looking to stay in that grand finals pretty effortlessly. Now, Coliseo, things can happen here. This is kind of where we saw the start of TAMUT. Not TAMUT, excuse me, for Seagulls bring it back against TAMUT. So maybe TAMUT can take some of that good luck from their previous match and go into it with the SCAD Bees.
I have to wait and see if that's something they are capable of doing. Obviously, the luck is not a real factor in Overwatch as much as it would be in maybe like a Valorant or a CS, where you've got some sort of RNG at least to play with.
Ooh.
In Overwatch, it's pretty consistent, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, actually, we hate Overwatch. We hate how consistent
Overwatch is
it
terrible. The only thing that is RNG is like weird like bounces. Like Junkrat mine bounces. Bastion mine has killed me in some really frustrating ways. That's kind of the only like real RNG, right? Especially since we've taken out Scatter Arrow.
Yeah, I have been hit by some geometry level Bastion bombs and Junkrat. Not Junkrat. That's just being lucky. I don't care. But Junkrat, whatever. But if we do see Junkrat, I'll be surprised. But we're seeing TAMUT Eagles kind of lock in this. It's a roster. We have the Malga. Oh, there we go. We have the Malga, we have the Sojourn, the Reaper. Also seeing Butterfish and the Butterfish, the Kiriko and the Lucio from Butterfish and Midas. SCAD B is looking like they are going to be running the kind of similar combo we saw in the very last stretch of Midtown, save the Ayari rather than, I believe it was a Lucio or a Kiriko. But SCAD looking very, very clean to do some follow-up dives with their ball player, Terry.
I love ball comp. See how this is going to work out. And like I mentioned in that previous game, a great map for it. Eagles not messing around with any Winston like their opponents did. And not a particularly strong map for them. This is going to be an uphill battle if I've ever seen one.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Just ping pong all over the place. Finds two. Okay, Komi, so good the Yari. Finds the last little bit of damage needed to take out 2B's Reaper. And if we get a second on this Malga, it's even better, which they're absolutely going to be able to do. Manny makes the executive decision to no longer let Terry have fun by going over to Sombra.
That's not like the best thing ever though here. Sombra has some of the worst matchups in the game into Penguino. So Penguino just plays to mark Sombra, and then even though you get the hacks onto Terry, which are like annoying, it still doesn't like achieve anything. Like here, your hackers like made his cycle slightly shorter, but it's not that impactful,
Yeah, you kind of just the uptime is no longer there. The hack is interrupted, and that means we can go straight in against this Sombra being completely ganked up on by Terry and Kikomi. Oh my goodness. Cart still hasn't gone to the checkpoint, by the way. We're fighting on the bridge.
Yeah, they felt like it, Checkpoint's going to be capped momentarily. In terms of the check marks, as you can see, SCAD have pretty much every lead imaginable. The Hog, I guess, is better than the one. And they, Eagles playing very much for their ones right now. It does feel pretty unpleasant, though. It's a really weird spot to be in, but they are past the point of desperation. They are playing for their tournament lives here. And even though they can, do what they wish, then it does feel like SCAD might just be, inevitable.
They are inevitable. They might be Thanos themselves. I can't lie. Big Virus comes onto, but even bigger Mines comes from Terry right in the main objective. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Understandable. 2 minutes
Sorry,
just
much to say is
elapsed.
there. Yeah, SCAD have a Captive Sun and a Dragon Blade. You might as well just throw them both in because there is no mitigating factors here. Mishas can maybe finish off this beat at some point. Oh, Seb is dead. Maybe an opportunity finally.
Oh my goodness, we did it. Okay, Manny finds the way to break the mold. The Bastion. We're just talking about just behind the scenes with Bastion and grenades and things like that. Funny things going on, but. We do proc open with the Captive Sun from Kate Comey. Wasn't able to really find anything, but we saw the Nano, we had the Blade from Sebastian and Karm in this next engagement as we finally, are getting something started for the Eagles.
That they are. Got their first fight win. All it took was the spawn Bastion. This time, none of that spawn advantage. Seb still with a Stutch, still with a Nano Blade. See what he gets done with it.
We gotta help our Terry first and foremost as they go rolling right in, finds and singles out the Bastion, which again has kind of been the biggest pain. Here's the Dragon Blade, a little bit of nano attached to it just for funsies. Doesn't really find too much, however, doesn't really matter as the rest of the team is able to follow up easily with that engagement tool. And we get a little bit of a stagger onto Midas on the Lucio. And oh, I'm sorry, Butterfish, bestie, I did not even know you were still in the fight. That's even worse of a stagger.
Okay, so Seb can't play to save his life, but he gets the job done, right? It's a little bit awkward, and now we're straight back to spawn camping.
We call Ray extended early on. Pulse, oh, it's gonna be juicy if we get a couple of big hard hitters with that Pulse Bomb, which goes completely wide from Pinguino, but that's A-okay. I lied, it's not okay. Pinguino no longer in the fight, but here's the Mines. Oh, and the Mines finds two, three. Sebastian and Terry working in tandem. Braxian into the rest of the minefield. And that, Spec, I believe, is going to be a clean and easy... We grab the cart.
They're leaving it. They're leaving it. They've got touch. No way they lose this. No way they lose this.
No. Not only do they leave it, they actually... He got a cart to type GG's before the game ended. Kill this Tracer, kill this ball before everyone comes back on the bridge here. And the cart, before anyone can say anything, is moving swimmingly past this bridge once again. 2 meters, by the way, is how much I needed before the game was over.
Unreal. Actually unreal. That is a generational throw. That is actually a throw that I will be telling my children about. In 40 years, I will be like, hey, listen, that was a big mistake. You know who made a bigger one? SCAD bees, where they decided they didn't want a cap.
And they wanted to type GG's early. Oh my goodness. I mean, we're still fighting, we're still, you know, we're bringing it back, but it's just, it's so funny. Now, who we're gonna target? Looking like, trying to go for a Tracer, trying to contest heart and get a little bit of that extra healing. Really good, oh, beautiful move from Breakzone, but Manny's not even there. Here comes the Dragon Blade in the back line onto Butterfish. Can't even fade out. Again, Car being forgotten about at the checkpoint, giving TAMUT Eagles another engagement they could take advantage of. Midas, however, already burned the sound barrier and has to get out quickly.
Yeah, gonna run out. Oh, that capture stun is brutal. That's gonna spell the end of Mishra's Butterfinger going down. And okay, this time it should be a cap for real. It took all of the 2 centimeters to close out the map and a proper completion. SCAD kind of beefed the landing, but it gets the job done. A 3-0 clinical over the Eagles. To reach grand finals.
Okay, they land the plane with a missing wing. It's okay. They did it at the very end of the day. Would have been a perfect, you know, a perfect run, but you know, they had to be a little bit silly, a little bit goofy. Right here is actually where it happens, I believe. It was beautiful, actually. I cannot believe that they allowed that to happen, but otherwise, very nicely done from SCAD. Again, securing a 3-0, securing this was in grand finals for tomorrow. That will not be tonight. That will be tomorrow's broadcast starting at 5 o'clock EST. But now that we have our this match done, we have another one coming at you in a couple of minutes. This is so wonderful. So we're going to go to a very quick break, get our players set up for the final semis of the night.
Indeed.
I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that is not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams.
Maybe just
dimensions all alone. No, I'll find you in my dreams. I'll find you in my I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. I don't need to tell you that it's over, and I know if I come any closer. I don't need to tell you that it's over. And I know if I come any closer, this is gonna be too much for us to bear. I don't need to tell you that it's over. You can probably see it in the way I stare. And I know if I come any closer, this is gonna be too much for us to bear. I don't need to tell you that it's over. You can probably see it in the way I stare. And I know if I come any closer, this is gonna be too much for us to bear. This is gonna be too much for us to bear. This is gonna be too much. I'm just calling to say. This is gonna be too much for us to bear.
hello everybody. Welcome back to after a very explosive 3-0 coming in favor of the SCAD Overwatch team. We are happy to introduce Karm, to the Kaz. Karm, how are we feeling, especially after you have now locked in your grand final spot for the Sun Conference? What's the energy looking like with your team?
Very confident, and also accomplished, like very proud.
I mean, for me, first I want to ask. I think because last time we had a bit of a chat with Sebastian, we had an interview. So for you, then, how were you going into this game? Did you guys have any specific strats you wanted to execute, or was it kind of just show up and we'll shoot them? Because it did seem pretty mechanical in terms of the performance.
Well, we were just like, okay, let's get this done quick, and we kind of just wanted to go fast, really. Yeah.
Fair enough. No, I mean, and speaking of getting it done quick, what happened there on at Colosseo? You guys were like half a meter away from finishing the map. Like, what went wrong there?
Oh, my ball rolled off point, and I was Ana, so I didn't really want to go because then I was just gonna get dove. So I was just sitting back and I watched him roll away, and then they touched. So that was a little bit of a struggle,
Cool,
but it was
cool,
okay.
cool.
It was okay. It was okay. We all good. Your ball, yes, your ball absolutely rolled off guard. Type GG's and it retouched.
Yeah, a little
Hilarious
embarrassing.
moment. A little chungus behavior, but it was a-okay. You know, Terry came back. Terry came back, and you guys pulled in that win on Colosseo very effortlessly. Same thing on Midtown. Same thing on Nepal. Now, as we go into tomorrow, is there any sort of hesitance, with whoever could be your final match, or is it just like a we're good. We're gonna nail this, take it home all the way tomorrow.
I think we're all ready and definitely want to win. I don't really feel any sort of anxiety. I think everyone's pretty self-assured.
Oh, I love that. Couldn't be me personally, but I am rooting for you guys all the way. And for your final question, who do you want to give a shout out to on the broadcast? Can be absolutely anyone. And you can also name multiple people. That's a-okay.
Okay, shout out Terry, the goat of tank. He carried us.
Absolutely. Terry carried us until we hopped off cart for like half a second, and then we came back.
That's
So
okay.
it's okay. As long as tomorrow works out similarly for you guys, I'm looking forward to you guys' match tomorrow. Everything starts at 5 o'clock, so make sure you guys are all warmed up and ready to go and stomp some people, right? So I'm gonna let you go, Carm. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you tomorrow for the grand finals.
All right, thank you.
No problem. And that's it. Well, at least for that, we have one more. Haha, we tricked you. We have one more coming at you, but we have a couple of. Actually, I'll have a long time until we get to that match. Schedule to start at 9:40. Might be a little bit earlier, so we'll keep you guys updated with the timer on the screen. But otherwise, Spec, any last words before we go to a very quick break? Well, long break.
Only that it's going to be an uphill battle for anyone who has to play against SCAD. They look absolutely pristine right now. But as you mentioned, Mott, we've got a break coming up, so don't go anywhere because we'll be back in about 40 minutes or so. Cheers.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.